NLC TUC suspends planned strike for 30 days. Pastor death as Dunamis Church collapses in Benue. Yobe to immunize 1 million children against polio, other child killer diseases. And away from Nigeria, Nigerian government declares mourning after dozens of soldiers killed in attack near Mali. These are the headlines on Trust TV News Update at this hour. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining us. The nationwide strike called by the organized labor for Wednesday has been called off. This follows a memorandum of understanding signed between the federal government and the labor unions on Tuesday night. To ensure compliance, the memorandum will be filed by the federal government at a relevant court of competent jurisdiction within 1 week as consent judgment. Kehinde Amodu reports.
Both the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress are suspending the nationwide strike called for 30 days. This obviously is to observe how federal government complies with the agreement signed within this 1 month. In the immediate 30 days, there are actions federal government has committed to, including the payment of 35,000 naira to all federal government workers beginning from the month of September, pending the signing of a new national minimum wage into law. A minimum wage committee is also expected to be set up within this 1 month, while the suspension of the collection of value-added tax on diesel for 6 months will begin in October. In addition, the federal government has agreed to pay 25,000 naira per month for 3 months, starting from October 2023, to 15 million households, including vulnerable pensioners.
We are grateful to say that at this point, we finally have an agreement to be jointly signed by the Trade Union Congress, the Nigerian Labour Congress, and the federal government. The details contained in the agreement will be presented by the Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment.
In the long run are the provision of high-capacity CNG buses for mass transit, to which the federal government is allocating 100 billion naira, and the provisions of an initial 55,000 CNG conversion kits to kickstart an auto-gas conversion program.
Federal government accepts to vote 100 billion for the provision of high-capacity buses for mass transit in Nigeria, that is CNG. Provisions are also being made for initial 54,000 CNG conversion kits to kickstart an auto-gas conversion program. Whilst work is ongoing on the start of the state-of-the-art CNG station nationwide, the rollout aims to commence by November with pilots across 10 campuses nationwide.
The question remains, how will states queue into these agreements as this memorandum is not binding on them?
The workers at the state level will have organs in those places that use this as a benchmark to go towards the implementation. That's the essence of suspending a strike. When you suspend a strike, we return back to work.
Other industrial issues have also been included in this agreement, such as the leadership crisis rocking the NURTW and the purported prescription of the RTEAN, which should be resolved by October 13. There is also the long-standing dispute over outstanding salaries and wages of tertiary education workers in federal-owned education institutions. From State House, Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
The 2023 Independence Anniversary is being commemorated on a low key in most parts of the country. But despite the campaign to shun the Independence Day celebration, a tech entrepreneur in Gombe said Nigerians have every reason to celebrate. Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail reports.
Dressed in a Hausa regalia showcasing Nigeria's national colors of green and white, tech entrepreneur Abdul Hadi Dahiru is euphoric as he marks the country's 63rd independence anniversary. Although the Independence Day celebration has been low-key in Gombe, Hadi is of the opinion that Nigeria has achieved a lot so far.
Yeah, this mood of dressing, I dress like this because to express my happiness, my feelings about this day, to express actually the way I am happy in my heart. Because through this independence, we achieve a lot. We achieve a lot. We have developed a lot, educationally, politically, socially, economically, especially in agriculture. So we are very proud of this day and we are happy about this day.
Speaking on the challenges bedeviling the country, the young Nigerian urged the federal government to strengthen education as a means of transforming the nation for the better.
You are not celebrating the Independence Day, you are not happy, but you are not contributing anything. So all of us, we have to come together, put head together, work together so that we can make Nigeria a better place for living, especially here in the north. We are left behind about the education. All our political leaders, all our stakeholders, they need to participate more and more in terms of education, because through education you can achieve a lot. Without good education, so we cannot proceed further.
On the flip side, Nigerians reflect on the good old days when the country's independence anniversary was admired by all, irrespective of affiliation.
You could feel and smell patriotism in the air because people were coming from different walks of life to celebrate Nigeria's independence. In fact, they celebrate their founding fathers because they fought for this country. You know, their ideas then were still being perceived. But today, all these ideas of our founding fathers have been eroded.
The 2023 independence anniversary has been characterized by campaigns for improved security and good governance in northern Nigeria, a situation that nearly killed the spirit of 1st October celebration. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
As Nigeria celebrates her 63rd anniversary, many Nigerians have continued to react to the attainment of independence by the country years after British rule. In most northern states of the country, the celebration appears to be low-key, with Jos, the capital of Plateau State, not an exemption. Ado Musa spoke with some residents of Jos on this year's anniversary and now reports.
Nigeria gained independence from the colonial rule in 1960. On October 1st this year, Nigeria celebrated 63 years since the country became an independent nation. While some Nigerians still celebrate the day, others are saying there's nothing to celebrate considering the level of the country's development when compared to other countries that gained independence within the same period.
The good is that the country has remained one indivisible corporate entity, and then secondly, the country has enjoyed uninterrupted democracy for over 20 years. You know, those are bright spots. The bad, I think, is the fact that there hasn't been, the right commitment as far as the national project is concerned. And of course, the ugly is the fact that insecurity, poverty, corruption, and other national maladies have held back the country's development and put citizens in a sorry state of affairs.
I can see our leaders, trying to still, chart the path of dealing with corruption. Even the issue of subsidy removal, that too is a great, I see it as a bold step. So I want to believe we're on the right track.
Some of the residents, however, say, despite the challenges of underdevelopment, there is still hope for the country in the years ahead.
Our hope is in the hand of Allah. We hope that Allah in His infinite mercy will raise someone that will rescue the country to the right track. But now, our hope is dashed.
Those who are in power to listen to Nigeria, because we don't have any other country apart from Nigeria. They should listen to Nigeria so that we can be able to move forward. What Nigeria needs, they don't need much. If you ask my candid opinion, what they need is that they need food on their table. They need to sleep with their eyes open. They need to be saved wherever they are.
Although many Nigerians continue to complain about the hardship people are facing every day, leaders are hopeful that things will get better in the country. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
Now, on a tragic note, 23 people on board a commercial boat were feared dead as their boat, which was carrying 30 passengers, capsized mid of the river Monday night in Yauri local government area of Kebbi State. According to a press statement made available to journalists by the press secretary to the Kebbi State Governor, Ahmed Idris, the boat took off from Kasabo village to Yauri market when the accident happened. According to the report, all passengers on board the ill-fated boat drowned, while 23 people feared dead. Only 7 of them were rescued by village divers and government officials. The state government has condoled with the members of the immediate families of victims, Yauri Emirate Council, Yauri local government area, over the sad tragedy. In a similar vein, a Dunamis church located at Mission Ward North Bank in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, has collapsed. According to reports, the event, which occurred in the early hours of Tuesday, killed a pastor. When the building collapsed, 4 individuals, including the pastor, were observing prayers at the church building before the incident occurred. The other 3 individuals escaped the wreckage. Residential buildings and electricity infrastructure around the building were affected by the collapse. The cause of the incident is, however, unclear. However, the police operatives from the C Division North Bank are already on the ground as emergency officials were on their way to the scene of the collapsed building. Still on a tragic note, 1 person has been killed while 4 others sustained injuries after gunmen attacked road users along Naka Agagbe Road in Gwir West local government area of Benue State. Locals said that the attack happened Sunday afternoon while the victims were traveling from Naka, the headquarters of Gwir West, to rural Agagbe village. They said that the victims, mainly internally displaced persons, were attacked close to Se Auna, adding that 1 person was killed in the process. Iba Tena Jacob, the Agagbe IDP camp chairman, in a telephone chat gave the name of the person killed in the attack as Atakpa Ezekiel. The state police command is yet to confirm the incident. The Plateau State Muslim Pilgrims Board has urged intending pilgrims for the 2024 Hajj to be prepared to pay a deposit of 2 million naira. The board also said that the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has allocated 1,345 Hajj seats for the state. The acting executive secretary of the board, Aishatu Ibrahim Saleh, disclosed this in a statement signed by the board information officer, Alhaji Sanusi Namu. The statement further advised those who have their deposit with the board and did not perform the 2023 Hajj to come to the board to get a bank teller for topping up their deposits. In the meantime, the Independent Hajj Reporters has expressed worry over the apparent slow pace with which Nigerian authorities are moving as regards preparations for the Hajj 2024. The civil society organization says the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Hajj and Umrah has made it clear to all Hajj participating countries, even before Hajj 2023 was over, that preparations for the Hajj 2024 have begun. The ministry also informed most countries of their Hajj quota and the new policies in place for the next year's Hajj. In a statement on Monday signed by its national coordinator, Ibrahim Mohammed, IHR says that Nigeria has about 4 months from now to conclude making all necessary arrangements. IHR charged NACON and the state's Muslim Pilgrims Boards to expeditiously embark on a nationwide campaign targeting Muslims who intend to perform the 2024 Hajj to pay their deposits. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly. Nigerians lament as ease of doing business evades nation's economy. Details and more after the break.
Let's take you on a ride through a series of colors, events, concerts, and lots more. Are you planning an event? Event Scope has you covered. Make Trust TV your #1 choice to cover your event. Call 080-3591-0553. Event Scope, making your event classic. Follow us on all of our social media platforms at Trust TV News for latest updates on Event Scope.
That's great. It's good to see you. This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story. Welcome back. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. A look at the top stories. NLC TUC suspends planned strike for 30 days. Pastor dead as Dunamis Church collapses in Benue. Now elsewhere, the Yobe State government has commenced the immunization of 1.1 million children against polio and other diseases across 17 local government areas of the state. The 4-day immunization exercise is part of the polio outbreak response from the Ministry of Health and collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and the state government. While flagging off the campaign against polio in Damaturu, the Permanent Secretary of the State Ministry of Health, Muhammad Abdullahi Jawa, said that the exercise targeted children below the age of 5 to protect their lives and secure their future. According to him, the state government, in partnership with other healthcare partners, will ensure that polio is eradicated with the sustained fight against the disease. The state coordinator of the World Health Organization, Nuhu Ningi, reaffirmed the commitment of the WHO to fight against killer diseases in the state. Small and medium enterprises, SMEs owners, including petty traders in Imo State, have expressed mixed feelings on the 63rd anniversary of Nigeria's independence. For them, the ease of doing business has eroded the nation's economy, with life becoming more difficult by the day. Trust TV's Ajibade Praise has the details.
Most businesses in the state, especially small-scale businesses, are nosediving as their capital now goes more into servicing the high cost of living that has negatively impacted the lives of low-income earners. They expected that Nigeria at 63 should have offered them better opportunities that would have made survival of themselves and their businesses a lot easier.
Which kind of celebration? Celebrating this kind of country. Even the leaders, the politicians themselves. Can you imagine the kind of embarrassment everybody we are getting on daily basis in this country? Even if you want to start a business, government will not provide job. Then you start your own business. Government will send all kind of agencies to come and kill the business. You start a business, the high energy cost will not allow your business to thrive. You're not making profits.
It has not been easy. We never thought we were going to survive till this time. The government should help us with funds. All our capital has gone into other expenses due to high cost of living. The government should help us.
Some of them expressed bitterness with the issue of heavy and multiple taxation, which slows down business growth. For them, most of the democratically elected government from independence till date did not do well for the country, hence the retrogression instead of positive growth and development in the country.
Nigeria is well, but the country can't be strong. And as any business has not moving, even people where they say don't move everywhere. The salary they know they pay us again. That is the hunger is too much. As I know that this year will be better for us as everything come out now, and they start to do well. And so I know as far as God keep us life in them.
What else? What else is wrong with this country? You cannot provide jobs. You're not creating social amenities. You're not creating infrastructure. You're not building anything. Then somebody will start a small scale business. Then they will come and be killing it. They will say it's internal revenue. They will say it's a development levy. Which kind of development? All the money we are paying, we are not developing anything with it. You're putting it in your private purse. You're telling us about development. What kind of rubbish development is that? What kind of wickedness are you demonstrating in this country? Saying you are government, you are wicked. In fact, I have never seen government that is as irresponsible as this government.
Tired of their present struggles, the residents are calling for a positive change in their situation through government policies that are people-oriented. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
Now, away from Nigeria, at least 29 soldiers have been killed in an attack in western Niger, according to the country's defense ministry. A three-day national mourning period was declared in the country on Tuesday over the incident that involved improvised explosive devices and kamikaze vehicles by more than 100 terrorists, according to a televised statement made by the ministry on Monday night. It added that 2 soldiers were seriously wounded and several dozen terrorists were also killed. The latest violence comes as the country's coup leaders indicated they were considering neighboring Algeria's offer to mediate talks for a transition back to civilian rule. And in sports news, Super Eagles head coach Jose Santos Pizarro has recalled defenders Kenneth Omero and Bright Osai Samuel, as well as midfielder Alex Iwobi and forward Tara Murphy to the Super Eagles squad for this month's international friendly matches against Saudi Arabia and Mozambique in Portugal. The quartet were as absent from the team that demolished Sao Tome and Principe in last month's 2023 AFCON qualifier in Uyo. Now, midfielder Fisayo Dele Bashiru of Hatayspor FC of Turkey gets his first ever invitation, while Pizarro has decided to retain the trio of Francis Uzoho, Adebayo Adele and Olorunleke Ojo in the goal. Now, yet to be capped defender Jordan Torunariga is also called. Wilfred Ndidi, who captained the team against Sao Tome and Principe, as well as Raphael Onyedika and forward Moses Simon, Ademola Lukman, Victor Osimhen, Taiwo Awoni and Kelechi Iheanacho have also been invited. The Super Eagles take on the Green Falcons of Saudi Arabia in the city of Portimao, Portugal on Friday, 13th October 2023, starting at 5 p.m. before a clash with the Mambas of Mozambique in the same city 3 days later. The players are all expected to arrive in Faro, Portugal on Tuesday, 10th of October. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.